Whilst trying to break free, the unfortunate Topi has broken one of its hind legs. Its fate is now sealed.
Cunning, relentless, and fierce. The perfect words to describe hyenas. Contrary to popular belief, hyenas aren't just lazy scavengers. No, sir. They're one of the most feared predators in the entire animal kingdom.
NAD Dumela is back from his patrol, always ready to confront hyenas.
But what happens when you group nearly 100 of these wild beasts together? Total destruction. Get ready, folks. Today's video is going to be a special one as I reveal the largest pack of hyenas ever caught on cam. Number 1, Hellhounds. With 500 of these hellhounds grouped together, there's nothing in the jungle that stands a chance. Everything that breathes is prey for this massive pack as it terrorizes the savannah. Believe it or not, this deadly pack was first discovered after wildlife experts started noticing lion carcasses randomly appearing in the wild. It was a horrendous sight as they'd find male lions ripped to shreds by God knows what creature. And that's when they saw it, the super pack, 500 hyenas haunting the jungle with their spine-chilling laughter. Researchers were blown away as they had never observed such behavior before. But you're probably wondering, aren't hyena packs usually quite big? Well, some of the biggest ever recorded in the wild had numbers of up to 150 hyenas. But 500? That's just insane. Their hunting strategies had also evolved as they transformed from sneaky scavengers to ruthless predators. Lions, cheetahs, buffaloes, you name it. Everything was on the menu for these jokesters as they spared absolutely nothing in their path. It was all about the numbers game, and these bad boys were finally winning. But what's interesting is, despite being 500 strong, the pack would still falter to a male lion. It wasn't always like that, though. Sometimes the male lion would wander off in uncharted territory, only to be surrounded by hundreds of hyenas with nowhere left to run. No one really knows where the pack went. A lot of experts believe it broke into smaller groups, but either way, it was several months of pure chaos as the super pack rivaled even the toughest of prides. Number 2, chasing off a croc. Truth be told, hyenas are misunderstood for no apparent reason. A lot of people think of them as animals meant to be at the bottom of the food chain. I mean, sure, they're not as exciting as the big cats, but that doesn't mean they're not a dominant force in nature. Look at this group of hyenas here. Check out how effortlessly they scare off a massive Nile crocodile that could have easily torn any of them to shreds. Believe it or not, hyenas often have the upper hand in these situations. And that's mainly because of their numbers. Of course, the Croc could have easily ripped through several of them, but would it have been worth it? Probably not, since the Croc would have walked away with several injuries and wounds. Number 3, crazy Closeup. Weird how these killers have one of the cutest faces ever. I can't possibly be the only one who wants to pet one. But yeah, they're definitely not the biggest, but compared to us humans, these things are really scary. They can grow to a length of up to 5 feet, with some dominant females reaching lengths of 6 feet. But I don't know how I'd feel about getting this close to a fully grown hyena. I mean, I've seen one bite off a gazelle's leg in just one go. There's no way I'm putting my hand out like that. Number 4, trolls. This clip is hilarious. I don't know why, but this group of hyenas remind of guys that don't have the courage to ask out the pretty lady. They're just standing there, laughing at her like a bunch of teenage boys. And notice how all of them shut up the moment she looks at them. I swear hyenas are nature's trolls. But I wonder how things would have been if these interesting animals realized their strength. I find it astonishing how a mega pack of 100 hyenas are afraid of just one adult male. Sure, he's the king of the jungle and all, but 1 versus 100. I'd fancy their chances a lot. I guess it's all about psychological warfare. Number 5, the Hyena Man. Ready for something outrageous? Meet the Hyena Man. He's some sort of a mystic shaman who feeds wild hyenas in the walled city of Harar in Ethiopia. But while it seems outrageous to us, there's actually a lot of history here. See, about 400 years back, people believed hyenas had special powers, helping them rid the streets of evil spirits. And every time these wild hyenas entered the city, their behavior would change completely. They'd be much kinder, playful, and sociable. I'm no expert, but I think a reliable food source is bound to do that for nature's fiercest animals. Number 6, the Holy Hyena. I bet you never knew this. Hyena worshipping is actually a thing in Nigeria. You heard that right? These locals actually worship hyenas and even use their saliva and dung to make medicines and remedies. And I know some extravagant people enjoy keeping big cats as pets, but hyenas? That's not everyone's cup of tea. Believe it or not, it also has a lot to do with status. Only the wealthiest have enough to feed a fully grown hyena, since these guys are big eaters. They bring their hyenas out during festivals and show them off to the crowd, earning a lot of tribute in the process as well. Number 7. The Eternal War. Lions versus hyenas. The Eternal War. Get ready, people. You're going to see a lot of this. Watch as 5 lions ambush one lone hyena in revenge for stealing their food. But hyenas aren't called hellhounds for no reason. They're one of the hardest animals ever. I mean, you can't help but admire the sheer resilience and bloodiness of hyenas. They might be scavengers, but they're true survivors in nature. Just think about it. That bad boy is up and walking after being mauled by 5 adult male lions. Absolutely incredible. Number 8. The Lion King. We're just getting started, folks. The war between lions and hyenas has been going on for centuries. And even though this is a video about hyenas, I gotta say, this is the alpha we're talking about. The king of the jungle. And like I was saying before, the war would have been so much different if the hyenas realized their strength. But nope. Even with odds of 30 versus 1, the lion is superior here. Turning your back to nearly 30 cackling hyenas speaks volumes on his confidence. And despite being highly intelligent creatures, hyenas often turn cynical when faced with a challenge. Whenever the lion charges, the hyenas scatter, only thinking for themselves. And this just exposes the dominant female. The Lion King quickly notices this and goes in for the kill, silencing the entire pack with just a single blow. He's the king for a reason. Number 9, Deadly Standoff. That's a huge clan right there. How many are there? At least 40 to 50 hyenas? They're standing off against a mighty lion pride with a strength of about 7 or 8. But there's a reason why both sides aren't attacking. Even though the pride has about 2 to 3 grown adults, fighting 50 hyenas all at the same time isn't a walk in the park. Both sides will take considerable damage with a high death toll as well. And that's why this standoff went on for about 3 hours before both sides finally decided to call it a day. This is probably one of the few times when we realize the true strength of hyenas and how a large pack is enough to scare off a lion's pride. Number 10. One is enough. But even though I'm trying super hard to help you realize hyenas are actually cold-blooded killers, sometimes it just isn't the case. One male lion is enough to shake up the entire pack. The buffalo was slaughtered by a lion pride, and being the sneaky scavengers they are, a hyena pack decided to enjoy a free meal. But that's not happening on this guy's watch. Witness the glorious moment this male lion strolls in and scares off an entire pack of cackling hyenas. And here's something interesting. The lion had no intention of eating that buffalo since it wasn't fresh meat. He was just out for a walk, making sure no one gets too comfortable inside his territory. Number 11. Speedster. The spotted hyena, folks. I'm not exactly sure what it's running from, but whatever it is, it's clearly not fast enough. And the reason behind that is the spotted hyena's crazy speed. Believe it or not, these guys are super fast. They can run up to 65 kilometers per hour. Yes, you heard that right. That's faster than a grown tiger. Now, just imagine a pack of nearly 500 hyenas running across the landscape at such terrifying speeds. No wonder why all the other animals lived in fear. Number 12, Weird Stride. I think nature purposely nerfed this creature. It may be fast, but it has an awkward stride. Maybe if it was built differently, it would have been even faster, rivaling a cheetah in speed. And no, that's not me just saying random stuff. Hyenas are practically weightless, with adults weighing less than 70 kgs. That's less than an average human being. They look all big and bulky, but in reality, they're agile and sneaky, making them a formidable predator in the wild. Number 13. Anything goes. This might gross some of you out, but hyenas go for just about everything. Intestines, horns, paws, you name it. They chew everything down, and that's one of the reasons why other predators hate them so much. Leave your fresh meal for a couple of minutes, and you're going to be coming back to just a carcass. These hyenas have stumbled upon a blue wildebeest horn, and even that's enough to keep them entertained for a couple of hours. Oh, and did you notice the black-backed jackals in the background? I guess they also wanted to join the party, but we're waiting for the hyenas to finish. Number 14, Fight for Dominance. Here's a cool fact you might already know. In most animals, it's usually the males who are dominant, but hyenas live under a matriarchy. And I think their biology has a lot to do with that. It's usually the females that are the biggest and heaviest. Here you can see two females battle it out in the middle of the night to see who will be placed higher in the hierarchy. It's a fight for dominance as both these hyenas relentlessly go at it, taking scuffles in the waters. Why the water though? Well, because apparently drowning your competitor is a thing in the world of hyenas. That's brutal. Number 15, the fight for food. Let me build up on that matriarchy I was just talking about. It's not just about the dominant female. It's about her family as well. The dominant hyena and her cubs are the first to get a go at the meal, and it's only after that everyone else gets a bite. It's a cruel world, but that's just how things work in a hyena clan. You're probably wondering though, with pack sizes reaching strengths of hundreds, why don't the other hyenas just revolt? Well, there's a hierarchy. All the females ensure order by disciplining anyone who gets out of line. Plus, those satanic growls are just terrifying. Number 16. Nature is brutal. This is as chaotic as it gets. But at the same time, it's super hilarious. So, we have 3 players here: hyenas, lions, and cheetahs. The hyenas make their move as they distract the cheetah to steal its meal. It's a victory for nature's trolls as they've successfully scavenged another easy snack. Not for long though. The king of the jungle has arrived, and it's a short-lived victory for the hyenas as they've lost their meal to the pride. Number 17, dead silence. Twice the size and 4 times heavier. That's how big a lion is compared to a hyena. So, it's only natural for the pack to be afraid of the alpha showing up. But when he's not around, the hyenas get to harass all the lionesses. They don't even want to bite or anything. They just want to give the lions a taste of their own medicine. But it looks like that's not going to last for long as the king has arrived. Check out the respect. Dead silence. Not a single cackle from the hyenas. That's what I call pure dominance right there. Oh, and on a side note, what a beautiful view. I mean, it looks like something straight out of an animated movie. Number 18, the Gangster. You know what they say, everyone's tough until the gangster shows up. This pack of hyenas has surrounded a lioness. They're cackling and soaking in the moment, as this is a rare occasion. It's not often you get to see hyenas on the charge, messing around with lions. But their fun isn't going to last long, as the king of the jungle has finally arrived. He answered the call and witnessed the breathtaking moment when a single male lion scared off the entire clan. But a special shout out to the lioness as well. She stood her ground despite being outnumbered. Number 19, NAD Dumela. This has to be the most badass lion in history. NAD Dumela, the one who greets with fire. This lion must have some crazy backstory. He's also known in the wild as the hyena killer. He's not the most dominant male in the clan, but when it comes to hunting these trolls, no one comes close to him. And get ready now. You're about to witness poetry in motion. It's absolutely breathtaking to watch this majestic beast chase down a hyena, trip it, and then slaughter it with a deadly bite. But yeah, I don't think anything is going to top this footage. Number 20, scare of a lifetime. Hyenas are, all around, perfect creatures. They might not be as bad as the big cats, but when it comes to overall intelligence, nothing beats them. But even the best can sometimes falter. Since they're scavengers by nature, they're always on the lookout. In fact, that's one of the reasons why they always hunt or scavenge in packs. At least there's always someone on the lookout, right? But that's not the case for this little critter here, who ended up getting the scare of a lifetime. It's snacking on a lion's meal, and while all the other hyenas notice the king rolling in, this one is a bit too hungry. The lion roars right when he's behind it, sending this hyena packing for its life. I bet this was the scariest moment of that hyena's life. Number 22. Not today. One male prime lion can change everything. And as long as the pride has a courageous male lion ready to take on these hyenas, the pride will always win the eternal war. That's what you're going to see in this clip right here. The hyenas are closing in. Look at the excitement on their faces. They can't wait to steal this meal from the pride. But hold up, is that who I think it is? You've messed up again, hyenas. He's back. I swear nature is like a movie. The lion has such badass entries. Number 23, hunting Topi. Finally, hyenas hunting something. I bet you were waiting to see this, and there's a reason why I was avoiding it. So, along with being one of the smartest hunters in the wild, they're also the most brutal. These hyenas have spotted an injured Topi, and this is going to be the easiest meal of their life. Reinforcement soon rolls in, and this Topi is finally done for. There's no way it's going to get away now. And that's when the brutality starts. Eating prey without even unaliving them first. What a way to go. And I don't understand herbivores. I mean, their kind is getting eaten alive in front of them, but they're just chilling in the back. Number 24, taunting a lone warthog. Man, these animals must really hate hyenas. Just look at this bunch here. The clan has managed to find a lone warthog, and since these guys aren't really aggressors, they're going to wait for the perfect moment to make their move. Even if that means waiting for the entire night. I mean, this is just taunting at this point. They're walking around him, cackling, picking on him. It's almost like a bunch of teenagers bullying a junior. But there's much more going on here that we're not aware of. Let me explain. Both these animals know it's a game of endurance now. The hyenas know the warthog can easily outrun them. So instead of turning it into a chase, they're trying to tire him out. And on the other hand, the warthog is saving energy and very cleverly marking his territory. Number 25, ruthless killers. This might be hard to stomach. I'd suggest you to look away if watching nature at its coldest isn't your thing. This is the price you pay to sleep near hyenas. These things just don't care. I've been mentioning it over and over again. They're ruthless, cold-blooded killers. This wildebeest's journey has finally come to an end as it got a bit too comfortable around a massive clan of hyenas. And just imagine what this poor animal is going through. I suddenly feel respect for animals that kill their prey before eating it. But not hyenas though. They couldn't care less as they're hungry eaters who start digging in without even confirming the kill first. Number 26, sneaky hyena. This is the perfect clip to understand the psychology of a hyena. It'd be rude to call these guys scavengers, to be honest. This is the wild we're talking about. There aren't any rules here. Whatever can happen will happen. And that's why it's important to work smart instead of hard. That's what this hyena is doing here. The cheetah did all the hard work. And while the cheetah is in the process of unaliving it, the hyena is having a blast, taking as many bites as it can. I wouldn't call that lazy. I'd call that smart. Thieving, greedy, sneaky, and a true opportunist. That's a hyena. Number 27. Hyena enters a hole. Just imagine how hungry this hyena must have been, getting inside a hole with a warthog. That's not the smartest thing to do. Warthogs might look all small and gentle, but being stuck inside a hole with one is actually quite dangerous for the hyena. But it's still much better than having to steal from a lion, am I right? Anyway, all the warthogs gather around waiting for the hyena to come out. But I think it's having a blast down there. The moment wasn't captured, but believe it or not, the hyena spent around half an hour down there trying to kill that warthog. But like I said before, it wasn't the smartest thing to do. The hyena came out empty-handed with a ton of injuries. Number 28. Looks can be deceiving. Don't let that cute face fool you, folks. If this hyena wanted to, it could probably bite your hand off. These guys are the masters of deception. They act all smart and cute to get a quick snack. But if you get too comfortable, they won't hesitate one bit to remind you who's boss. Chances are, this hyena was raised in captivity. That's why it's so comfortable being around humans. Number 29, a hyena's laugh. Volume up, people. Check out this cackling hyena. Someone's really happy to see their meal. But just listen to the range. It sounds like so many animals all at the same time. And it's actually a hunting tactic to lure prey by mimicking the sounds of different animals. Remember that super pack I was talking about at the start of the video? Now, imagine 500 of them cackling like this at night. The horror. Number 30. Does it bite? That's a cute looking dog you got there. It is a dog, right? I sure hope it doesn't bite. Well, while it doesn't bite, it definitely makes strange noises scary enough to make you ruin your pants. But this clip is really interesting. Like all the other big cats, hyenas are also just like every other pet. As long as you give them food and discipline them, they'll behave like every other household pet out there. The more I look at them though, the more I realize they're actually very cute. I don't know why Disney made me believe they're evil. Number 31. The Hyenas Man. Well, would you look at that? It's the Hyenas Men of Nigeria again. And this time, I have some more news on them. So, it turns out, the hyenas are actually owned by a band of rich brothers that use the animals to attract a large crowd. And here's the crazy part. People can actually rent these hyenas and display them at their events to attract larger audiences. Damn. Who would have thought hyenas are playing a role in Nigeria's economy? Number 32. Exotic pet. Check out this Cuban man here. Believe it or not, This random hyena just showed up at his doorstep one day, and the rest is history. And what's funny is, this man didn't even know that's a hyena. He just thought it was a random dog looking for shelter, and here we are now. Best buds. Hyenas, a man's best friend, as long as you keep its stomach full. But hey, considering all the wild footage we've seen, it seems to me this guy has a death wish. If he wants to lose an arm or something, then by all means, go ahead, keep petting that killer. Number 33, the Hyena Whisperer. I'm sure you've all heard of the Lion Whisperer. Get ready to meet the Hyena Whisperer. The hyena can't get enough of him, and that's probably because he brings them all sorts of goodies to munch on. But it's just so strange watching these creatures behave all playful. I mean, they're literally kissing him. And in contrast, we've seen these beasts eating animals alive and messing with entire pride. I don't know why people do this though. Just one wrong move and you're gonna lose a nose or an arm. Number 34, strange-looking hyena. I bet the pride is super confused right now. What is that thing? Well, there's more than just one species of hyena, folks. And this one right here is the brown hyena. This is its special move. It raises its brown mane and fluff to seem bigger and more intimidating. Honestly speaking, that's not going to work around a pride. Maybe for jackals, sure. But appearing all tough and big in front of lions twice or thrice its size is definitely not a good idea. Here's an interesting fact though. See, unlike the spotted hyena, brown hyenas and lions aren't in conflict. There's no big war between them. Brown hyenas are like vultures. They won't try to steal food or anything like that. They'll wait their turn, even if that means waiting days. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. So, what do you think? Did you know there was a super pack of hyenas that once flourished in the savannah? And what are your thoughts on hyenas after watching this video? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more interesting videos in the future. Thanks for watching and see you next time.